could do. Depends how they feel about the matchup.
Zeri Lulu is a staple here in the LCK especially.
Does mean there's a bit of a risk, right? There's a lot of gank potential set up for DRX.
Oh, set up in the top lane, kinda, almost?
Okay.
Yeah, or just be way better. You know, you can certainly snowball with a composition like this. It could work out, but I'm a little bit worried. Let's dive into the Rift for game number 1.
Seems like
very funny.
Seems like a necessary thing in your daily commute, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like you kind of missed out on that one.
I did, and I daily commuted a lot in that car as well. It was not embarrassing. I loved it. I loved it a lot. It was a fantastic car. Don't be doing too much as the Leona at level 1.
Imagine if you had that.
Zeri going to be feeling pretty good.
Imagine if you had that in League of Legends where you could kind of like bargain for items in the shop, you know? Boris had a
like
sale
a
every
barter
so often.
system, and that's kind of cool. We're going to see it attempted at least. There is a ward. Good position here, but Sponge gives himself up immediately. Let's see whether Frog finds it. He does not, but they don't pick up the turret aggro. So they get the flash, and Sponge is out of there.
Dundun's under too much threat in the late game from a Camille in the side lane, but the front line that Nongshim will have, combined with those 2 strong carries and an Enchanter, hard to play against. Dundun has hit level 6. Frog isn't there yet, though.
Yeah, picks up a rock as Sponge comes in, lands that spear very nicely. And Dundun, with the Impale available, completely reading this situation immediately as well. You saw Sponge moving already off these grubs, but Sylvie's going to flash on top of him. Permafrost comes down, explosive charges coming on through there. The spear going to go wide. Not able to get too much, but that flash coming out in trade for Sylvie's. Yeah, and DRX kind of don't. Sylvie going to come on over, does not find the blue buff, and also that's the pounce on top of the Sejuani, and that could just be first blood going over to Yahoo. It is! Can they get another one? What the heck was Fisher doing? Oh dear, 2-0 here for DRX. The Nidalee, absolutely fantastic pick, taking full control of the early game. Extraordinary play.
So definitely looking to sort of pick up those carries as a priority in these fights. Right now they're starting up the Dragon. I'm not sure Nongshim are going to be able to get close to this in time.
Going down exceptionally fast, so that is going to be the Securers. Now Sylvie looking for an opportunity here, does find the ulti, but it's onto a Leona. That is dangerous. And it's a lot of damage being taken, but Jiwoo just trying to answer back. Fisher doing that front flip to get into the fight, and it's Pleta that tries to sacrifice himself. They lock down Teddy, though, and they'll grab Pleta as well. It's a double, and I think some certification over to Jiwoo.
Having it like your grandma has, you know?
I hope he invites Teddy, because Teddy doesn't have any plates. We're going to have a look from Jiwoo's perspective. As, yeah, he's just frontlining. He is an absolute monster. Calls for the wild growth there as well.
Yeah, and using the wild growth aggressively is so much better now.
They used that Richard yet, obviously, but see where it can go. Get them some extra money. Pleta moving aggressively forward here. Solarflare going to connect onto Sylvie. Spear's going to be landing here, and he's pretty tanky, but just not tanky enough. Buster shot, though! Executes the Nidalee. I was not expecting a 1-for-1. For Nongshim fans, but they're pretty important items here on the DRX side. Like, I think if you're gonna fight, like, this is the time where you... Oh, that's not really what you want, but Sponge is the one that's really gonna get punished because Jiwoo is here. That Captain Jack was beautiful out of the Zeri. Still does have to use it, but now Fisher is just taking a Mountain Dragon for free. Sponge is in the dirt. Teleport coming towards the bottom side, though, as Dundun and Jiwoo looking to do it once again. And Yahoo was just left on his lonesome, wants to be able to take down some health bar of this turret, and will at least be able to grab a couple of Triforce procs before he does eventually definitely go down. There he goes. He was going to be able to get his 4th of the game. And not a lot of vision over this wall as they are looking for the turn. Teddy, nowhere to go, no options at all. It was a cunning ruse. We thought that maybe we'd just cast a curse, and we didn't. They knew what was going on. They were baiting DRX in.
Maybe it's just Nidalee. You know, if Nidalee's on the enemy team, your team just becomes godlike.
I do think that DRX didn't do a lot of favors for themselves with the draft, but I also think that Nongshim have been playing expertly with what they've been given as Frog looks for that opportunity on Jiwoo, and Jiwoo will not give it to him. Never mind. He tries to dash away, but it does not work. Still, he stands his ground. Finally, he falls down, but I think the damage may have been done. That flash, pretty sexy there from Fisher as well as Pleta. He's going to get impaled and destroyed, and I think Jiwoo, I think that he may have just done it. Stayed alive through it all until the very end. And Nongshim, they're going to break open the base and maybe even just win right here.
Yeah, I mean, it's the right idea from DRX to try and kill Jiwoo, but you just saw how long he survived, how much damage he's able to do in that situation with the Runans, able to counteract the play. And now Nongshim just looking to end here.
Yeah.
No opposition from DRX. Teddy up in 6. DRX, Sponge up in now, but he's not going to be able to do anything.
Nope. He's going to have to watch his Nexus go down once again. But having a look at these damage numbers, right, like Jiwoo tripling what Teddy was able to put out after Teddy having absolutely heroic performances on the Kai'Sa so far this season.